Mastering the English language is not about sounding perfect. It's about communicating clearly, confidently, and naturally. Many learners study for years, but still struggle because they focus on rules instead of real usage and consistency. In this video, you'll learn how to build real English skills step by step, not by memorizing everything at once, but by practicing daily, staying patient, and using English in a practical way. Progress comes from habits, not shortcuts. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to improve your English naturally, stay motivated, and gain confidence every time you speak. English becomes easier when you learn it the right way. Tip 1. Think in English, not your native language. Mastering English becomes much easier when you stop translating in your head. When you think in your native language first and then translate into English, your speech becomes slower and less natural. Thinking directly in English helps your brain respond faster and with more confidence. Thinking in English starts with simple things. You don't need complex sentences. Start by naming objects around you, describing what you're doing, or forming short thoughts in English throughout the day. This trains your mind to connect ideas directly to English words instead of translating. When you think in English, your fluency improves naturally. Your sentences flow better, your pronunciation feels easier, and your confidence increases. Mistakes may still happen, but thinking in English helps you communicate more smoothly without hesitation. This habit takes time, but it is powerful. The more you think in English, the more natural the language feels. Over time, English stops feeling foreign and starts feeling like a normal part of your daily thinking. Tip 2. Focus on daily practice, not perfection. Many people stop improving their English because they try to be perfect. They wait to speak until they feel ready, until their grammar is perfect, or until they know the right words. This mindset slows progress. English improves through daily use, not through waiting for perfection. Daily practice builds confidence step by step. Even short practice every day is more powerful than long study sessions once in a while. When you practice daily, your brain stays connected to the language. Words, sounds, and sentence structures become familiar instead of stressful. Perfection creates fear, but practice creates progress. Making mistakes is part of learning English. Each mistake teaches you something new and helps you improve naturally. When you accept mistakes, speaking becomes easier and more relaxed. Consistency matters more than accuracy in the beginning. When you practice a little every day, fluency grows over time. English becomes smoother, faster, and more natural. Focus on showing up daily, and improvement will follow without pressure. Tip 3. Learn words in context, not alone. Learning single words by themselves makes English harder to remember and harder to use. When words are learned alone, they often stay passive in your memory. You may recognize them, but you struggle to use them naturally in speaking or writing. Context gives words meaning and makes them easier to understand and remember. Learning words in context means learning them inside sentences, phrases, or real situations. This helps you understand how words are actually used, not just what they mean. You start to see which words go together, how grammar works naturally, and when a word sounds right or wrong. Context also improves fluency. When you learn full phrases instead of single words, Your brain recalls language faster. You don't need to build sentences word by word. Instead, expressions come naturally because you've seen and heard them used correctly many times. Over time, learning in context makes English feel more natural and less forced. Words stop feeling isolated and start becoming part of your active vocabulary. This is how understanding turns into confident communication. Tip 4. Speak even when you make mistakes. Many learners stay silent because they are afraid of making mistakes. This fear slows progress more than any grammar problem. Speaking, even with mistakes, is one of the fastest ways to improve English. Mistakes are not a sign of failure. They are a sign that learning is happening. When you speak regularly, your brain adapts to the language. You become more comfortable forming sentences, using new words, and expressing ideas. Each time you speak, you train your confidence and reduce hesitation. Over time, mistakes naturally decrease because your experience increases. Speaking also helps you identify what you need to improve. When you use English out loud, weaknesses become clear and improvement becomes easier. Silence hides problems, but speaking exposes them so they can be fixed. Fluency grows through use, not perfection. The more you speak, the more natural English feels. Confidence comes from action, not from waiting. When you allow yourself to speak freely, mistakes turn into progress and practice turns into mastery. Tip 5. Immerse yourself in English every day. Immersion means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible. The more English you hear, read, and use, the faster it becomes familiar. Immersion helps your brain adapt naturally, just like learning a language as a child. It turns English from a subject you study into a language you live with. Daily immersion does not require big effort. Small habits make a big difference. Listening to English daily trains your ear. Reading English regularly improves understanding. Using English in simple ways keeps your mind connected to the language. These repeated exposures help English feel normal instead of foreign. Immersion also improves confidence. When English becomes part of your daily routine, fear slowly disappears. You stop overthinking words and start understanding meaning naturally. Grammar and vocabulary improve without pressure because your brain learns through exposure. Consistency is the key to immersion. When English is part of your everyday life, progress becomes steady and natural. Over time, comprehension improves. Speaking becomes smoother, and English starts to feel comfortable and familiar. This is how real mastery is built, through daily immersion and patience. Mastering the English language is not about talent or perfection. It's about building the right habits and staying consistent every day. When you think in English, practice daily, learn in context, speak without fear, and immerse yourself in the language, progress becomes inevitable. Improvement comes from action, not waiting. The more you use English, the more confident and natural it feels. Stay patient with yourself and trust the process. And if this video helped you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos that help you grow your English skills step by step.